Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I'd like to talk about the class spawn that just came out. Merry Christmas one that isn't really all too Merry Christmas. There's literally no difference between this one and a class spawn. It's the same thing as a regular class spawn. And it's 32 cost, ultra rare guaranteed, that is infused 4 times. Now when it comes to infusion, it is super helpful and super essential. I know in my previous videos, I forgot to throw the link down for Infusion Awakening, I think. So this one, I'm going to definitely remember to do that. So that way you understand how important Infusion to the 4th level is. It is not... like 1 through 3 is kind of easy, but even then you're using ethers, and ethers are not something that's farmable. They're kind of easy to obtain, but at the same time they're kind of not. It's kind of hard to explain. If you want more detail, I'll just throw the link down below. But yeah, infusion is a pain in the butt, especially at like the 4th and 5th level, and it's going to be infused to the 4th level only for 80 gems. So definitely this is a huge discount. If you look within the recommended shops, they do ether deals, and then they do awakening orb deals or something like that. And if you look within here, it's definitely like a discount. It's a huge freaking discount. Trust me, it is a huge freaking discount. So I definitely would recommend looking at the class spawn and seeing if you're interested in this. And on top of it, it's the weapon of your class. It's guaranteed to be the weapon of your class with 8% SSR rates on these spawns. So definitely I would look into this if you can, because definitely these are some of the finest, most essential free-to-play spawns in the game, to be fairly honest. It is only 80 gems too, so it's a very nice spawn. The bottom spawns, on the other hand, the bottom spawns, I wouldn't really recommend getting into these. They are 8% rates, and then you only spawn them 5 times for 20 gems. If you look at a Divine Grace spawn, they're like half off, like first time half off for 15 gems, and they offer rates at like 12%. So if you're looking for SSRs, quick SSRs, I recommend doing those. 5 gems less, and you spawn 10 times instead of 5 with 12% rates on SSRs. So it really depends, to be fairly honest. And you're allowed to choose between a helmet piece and a chest piece. So it's an option of your choice, to be fairly honest. It's very, very nice to actually allow like a spawn to actually do this, because back then when I first started, if I knew about this, I would have been a lot higher of a gear score than I am now, trust me. So yeah, definitely I highly recommend this, unless you're looking for a really custom weapon. If you're looking for a custom weapon, by custom I mean like a specific weapon with a specific skill, then I wouldn't really recommend this. But if you're definitely looking for quick, easy, and fast gear score, definitely the way to go is this spawn. Now I have heard that Japan has a 33 cost ultra rare guaranteed spawn. So if you're looking for a 33 cost guaranteed ultra rare, don't waste your gems on this spawn. Wait until they come out with that global, because they're going to be coming out that eventually. It's not going to be like super long of a wait. It might be a month. I'm not exactly sure of like the actual time they're going to release it, but eventually they will come out with a 33 cost ultra rare guaranteed. But anyways, let me get into the weapons and the armor, well, pretty much the gear, before I actually end this video. Okay, so we have the entangling stuff right here. The weapons offer a Divine Testament XL, and this is pretty much a weaker version of, if you remember Ariel's treasure spawn, Ariel Archangel's treasure spawn, with like the weapons and the armor she had in there. It's pretty much, these weapons are pretty much a weaker version of those weapons. The reason I'm saying that is because the added effect is a critical hit chance massively increased. If you have anything that increases the critical hit chance, honestly, I would recommend to get rid of it. It is absolutely a, I wouldn't say completely useless ability, but for the most part, under most circumstances, it is a completely useless ability. If you really want critical hit, honestly, just throw on a Fatal Testament. A Fatal Testament is literally critical hit, low-key critical hit. So if you're looking for critical hit, throw on your Fatal Testaments. There's not just double XL or XL doesn't matter. At that point, you're just increasing the proc rate of a Fatal Testament, because a Fatal Testament is a critical hit. So it doesn't really matter like whatsoever. It really doesn't. No matter which one you're getting, it's just proc rate. It's honestly just proc rate. So yeah, if you're looking for critical hit, just throw on your Fatal Testaments. You got armors and weapons that have them. So there's multiple ways to actually obtain Fatal Testaments, not just one. So definitely go into that if you're looking for critical hit chance. I don't really recommend that for critical hit chance. As for the abilities, we have Armor Piercer. Ability power 140, damages one enemy with physical damage, reduces the target's defense by 20% for 20 seconds. This is not a bad ability whatsoever at all. It does pretty good, and it's not too expensive to cast either. The cost could be a little lower, like probably 9, and it would be a pretty good deal. I mean, it's still a decent deal, to be fairly honest. So definitely, it's not a bad ability. If you're looking for something to replace your attack, this could definitely do the trick. Reducing target's defense by 20 can be a big buff, especially if you're dealing with other people that have physical attack as well, like other lancers or perhaps even archers or perhaps attack berserkers. Okay, so we got Breaking Assault right here. Ability power 120. It also has bonus to break. Bonus to break is very important because as a lancer, that's where you're going to be doing most of your damage, and it's mainly going to be player versus enemy where you're going to be breaking a lot. And player versus player, it happens as well, but guild battles is the most useless because that crystal that you attack doesn't receive break, I don't think. And if it does, it doesn't receive a lot of damage as a lancer. I used to be a lancer 24/7 when it comes to doing that, and I honestly did more attack as a berserker. As a magic attack, not a magic attack, attack berserker. Berserkers don't get boost from lances, so I was never getting any extra boost on my regular attack stat, and I was still doing more as a berserker than a lancer, and I found that problematic, to be fairly honest. So definitely bonus to break is very important because breaking is the main key and probably the only reason lancers are even still alive to this day is because they can break. Breaking pretty much goes through defense and magic defense. It's like a magic defense and defense ignore, so definitely. Lancers are OP, but only for that, and without that, they don't have really anything to go back on whatsoever. Okay, so the next one we got is Tempest Snipe. Archers are the best DPS class in the game, by the way. Its ability power of 80, damages one enemy 2 times with damage that ignores damage reduction and damage reflection. This right here is a very nice move, but the cost to cast it is not friendly whatsoever at all. Like it whatsoever at all. 16 cost to actually cast it. That's not a friendly move, like under any circumstance. A very nice move, but not friendly towards how much it costs to cast, like whatsoever. Okay, so the next one we have, the last one would be, oh, they don't even have the relic in here. Let me show you the relic in the featured part. Okay, so we got the staff and the relic. Cursed Blood. We have, I wonder why it says an archer exclusive ability. It's obviously a staff. It's Cursed Blood. Ability power 140. Damages one enemy 1 time with magic damage and 1 time with physical damage. Ignores damage reduction and damage reflection. It's a staff. I'm very confused why they would do that. I really am. Maybe they got it mixed around. No, these are both archer exclusive abilities. Very weird. But anyways, if it really does that, that's pretty dang powerful. I'm not exactly sure of the cost, how much it's going to cost. It's literally a powerful version of Tempest Snipe. So I'm very confused. And like, Cursed Blood looks like something a mage would use, but it's pretty much just a stronger version, literally a stronger version of Tempest Snipe, if that's really the case. And we got Reflective Circle, cast a 20% reflection barrier on you and your action allies. Max 3 players for 30 seconds. This is pretty dang good because by default, without upgrading whatsoever, it's better than the Soldier's Mirror Guard nowadays. That's right, better than the Soldier's Mirror Guard nowadays. It's kind of pathetic, but it's honestly 100% true. And on top of it, it heals the HP of target by 5% of their max HP every 5 seconds for 30 seconds. So it's also a continuous heal. This is a very nice move on top of it. I'm not exactly sure how much it casts to cost, but it's a very nice move. And right here, you can see the rest of the armor and pretty much how it works out. Alrighty, so thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. I hope this helped out. Personally, I wouldn't worry too much about the weapons unless you really need something to replace your attack, but even then, they probably don't have the best rates out of the class spawn whatsoever. The class spawn is taken over by 32s and 33s. So you have 2 35s within each weapon class spawn, and then you have 1 34, and then the rest are 33s and 32s. So definitely it is overrun. by 33s and 32s. The Fatal Testament double XLs are very nice, but keep in mind they have other Fatal Testament XL armors out. And remember, Fatal Testament is really only going to increase by the proc rates. So if you're looking for more of like, you're just looking for Fatal Testament, something that like guarantees the critical to happen, it doesn't matter which one you grab, they're all proc rate at that point. So thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. I hope this helped out, and I will see you in the next video. This is the AzureWrath, and I'm out. Peace.